So I spent my teenage and my early 20s with very, very strong people. They had very strong opinions. They were very bold, very rebellious, and had very strong ideas about almost everything in life. So, not naturally or maybe naturally, whenever there was a conversation happening, they were very argumentative, very they need to have the last word kind of conversations we were having, which is something that also became a part of my personality to some extent at some point. Now, what I did not realize at the time was when we were fighting for our rights, for our space, for our independence, like most people are when they are turning from teenage to young adults, is that all of this also ended up making us guard our hearts even more. And after a while, our hearts were so guarded that we could not connect to anybody at an emotional level. We were always very distant, we were always very guarded, we were always very not thinking from our hearts, not touching people, not hugging people, not holding people, not even holding hands if somebody's crying. No, there, it's okay, things are gonna get better. None of that. You just, if somebody's crying, you'd just sit next to them and we would have like a very logical conversation with them. That, you're crying over this, but logic says A, B, C. And that is why this doesn't make sense. And maybe you can look at the situation like that because it's a better way to go about it. And it is for your own sake. And always putting the other person down. Like, if you're crying, it's because that person is so ABC. Like, however, you can pull the other person down to make yourself feel better. Which I did not realize for a very long time, although I did feel very emotionally distant, very emotionally empty, and it was very difficult for me to connect with people at a very genuine level. And this continued until my late 20s. Yeah. However, I got very sick of it, very sick and tired of these superficial relationships, very non warm. Like, there was no warmth in the relationships, right? The people that I was talking to, the friends that I had, there was no warmth in that relation, in that conversation. So it was very dry, very dull. So I got really bored of it, very uninterested, which is why I started looking for answers. I was looking for answers in different directions, trying different things, and I started listening to like a lot of TED Talk and whatnot. And that is when I think around that time that meditation and yoga also happened to me. And I think I also covered this in one of the previous journals. Late 20s is when yoga and meditation happened to me and how it happened to me. So once it started happening, I was still not very warm. I was still not very into building very deep relationships. Also, because of the fear of being hurt by the people that you trust. But then that hurt was also because I did not understand what relationships were at the time. Something we can talk about later, but I also did not understand that part, like what relationship truly is. It was also why my expectations from something we call relationship was very unreal, to be very honest. And here I'm not specifically talking about romantic relationships. I'm talking about like relationships in general. Even if you meet a stranger on the road asking for directions, that's also a relationship in this context. And friends, of course, and colleagues or fellow students or fellow workers or whoever you generally meet in life, there's sort of like a people relationship, right? It doesn't have to be like you have known this person forever, all your life is the only reason why you can have a relationship with them. Like, no, I'm just talking about like in general people relationship also. So I'd be very business to business, like work to work. Like, I need something from somebody, this is what I need. Do you have it? Yes, okay, give me. You don't have it? Okay, fine, no problem, bye. There wouldn't be any pleasantries involved. No hello, hi, good morning, greetings. How's it going? We talked last time. This was not okay. Are you doing better now? Nothing. Zero. Zero acknowledgement. Nothing at all. Very robotic. Very robotic. Like absolutely emotional, emotionless human. Not because I did not have emotions, but because I had locked them up a very long time ago and I did not know how to unlock them. Also, after you unlock it, to express it is also a very important part. That is also something that you need to learn. It doesn't always come naturally to you. If you have been dealing with it all your life, then it just becomes second skin. But if you're learning it as an adult, as somebody in your late 20s, all the best. It's gonna take a while, you're gonna make a fool of yourself, you're gonna over express, under express, awkwardly express yourself. But eventually, I'm sure you'll get there. Stay there. Be adamant about it. Stay there and you'll get there. Until you do, poof, it's gonna be quite a ride. But I promise you, it's gonna be fun and it's gonna hold a lot of memories and a lot of stories to share later on in life. But anyway, the point being that because of the way I grew up, with the people that I grew up, I could not understand myself all that well. I could not build my up. I could not find my voice, you can say, find my expression. But then after I distanced myself from these people, from these circles, from this environment, and started rebuilding myself, learning from the world, seeing what fits, what doesn't fit, trying out different things, different conversations, taking on different people's advices, and then, just practicing it real time, and then seeing what sticks and letting go of what doesn't, or whatever feels awkward, and then trying it again after a few months and so, and then seeing, like, okay, maybe this time it's gonna be better than the first time. And that is how I started building better bonds than I used to. Relationships with depth, conversations with warmth. And even the people that I meet now, at least the people that I see like more or less every day or every other day, is so much better. Like, even just saying hi, bye, or just nodding at somebody walking down the road also feels like, yeah, I feel like a person. It's a different kind of warmth. It's like a people relationship, like a people energy. And I was missing that being a city girl. I lived in a big city, I worked in very big cities, and that warmth is absolutely absent in there. Like, it's just non existent. But after I moved to like the small town in the mountains, life is so beautiful. It's spectacular, it's amazing. And I highly recommend whoever is feeling emotionally disconnected with yourself or the world around you, or even in your relationship, romantic or otherwise, move to a smaller town, a cozy setting where people depend on people, where asking for help is not awkward, where lending a hand is not off, and you don't always have to like split the bill, where I don't know, like whatever is the norm in your space, wherever you come from. Because I used to be from the space where, like, I'm gonna pay for me, you pay for you, let's stay distant. Let's not confuse money with everything else, which is different from my traditional values, but those were the growing up values of independent people. However, here now, the definition of independence is different. Here, that independence comes with warmth. So, I paid the bill yesterday, my friend paid the bill today. And tomorrow, if we go out, it's probably going to be my turn again. So, stuff like that, taking turns doing things and not keeping count of every single penny, having a bigger heart than anything else. The rest just figures out itself, like we were talking about the other day, or maybe just yesterday. We're talking about faith, right? Um, so, yeah, that part. But definitely, definitely give the world a chance, give warmth a chance. And try not to stay so guarded all the time. It's not fun. It's good when you mingle. It's good when you don't have like This is my space, do not enter it. It feels good when people do enter your space and they challenge your boundaries, because you feel warm. You feel good when, even after you say no, somebody holds you and hugs you in your hard times and they don't let go. No matter how much you push them away, they don't let go. It feels good. So let's not pretend and let's allow the warmth, the light to come into our lives and hold us and wrap around us and stay there forever. I'll see you tomorrow.